Yeah, I think it was that top right one that I just did. So this is a newspaper article about my accident that occurred during the EMP's space walk outside beyond. It was written the year after the one about the Mars landing. Okay, anything to say about the article? I'll read some of the article. The malfunction occurred in the... I'm assuming that's supposed to be an M and not an R and then an N. Vermeer thrusters of the Yuri EMP's prototype during a test spacewalk of the device yesterday. The Yuri had been scheduled to be used by the Policenauts outside the colony. The EMP has since vanished without a trace. The Yuri is equipped with a survival ball, but since an SOS signal can't be isolated, the chances of test pilot Jonathan Ingram being found alive are thought to be slim. The official test had been scheduled for tomorrow. I remember what Salvatore said, "Whatever you do, don't screw this up, Johnny boy. Everyone back home is going to be watching." I don't know why I had to read it like that. There were still a lot of people opposed to space development back then. It all happened so fast before I knew it, the four of them were gone. Everything after that's a blur. Next time I opened my eyes, I was laying on a hospital bed. This is a picture taken during the test spacewalk of the Yuri model EMPs. It was a prototype police suit for use outside the colony, a successor to NASA's MMU. This image was taken from a camera aboard a nearby space shuttle. This was me and the Yuri as we were released from the hangar. This is a picture of me taken around the time of the accident. Okay, and well, actually, wait. Anything about this little portion? No? Okay, just need to make sure. I believe it's this one that I want now. I'm going to go in chronological order. This is a newspaper article from when I was rescued from the survival ball 3 years ago. It was for 25 years after the one about the IMS accident. Okay, and let's read some of the article. You can already read some of that. The top 25 years of vanishing. Miracle recovery, Policenauts. Something Ingram. Is probably saying Jonathan Ingram right there. I don't really know for certain though. I'll read some of the article. Policenauts. Jonathan Ingram presumed dead after an accident during a spacewalk in an IMS prototype 25 years ago has been recovered from the unmanned exploration vessel Propaganda. It's a great exploration vessel name. His miraculous survival is being attributed to the fact that he transported himself to an equipped life pod at the time of the accident and remained in cold sleep the entire time. Gathering attention as a living example of the effects of 25 years of cold sleep on the human body. It took over a year for my muscles to return to normal after I got back. Spent 25 years inside this thing waiting to be found. I've had cosmophobia ever since. I just can't go back out there anymore. And there's a picture of me taken when I was a policenaut. Okay. Wondering if it was going to say anything different. This was a relatively small article in a corner of the newspaper. Okay. And look at this one. This is a newspaper article written at the time of Beyond Coast's completion. Never mind, I screwed up the chronological order. Who cares? I got close enough for the most part. This one should have been second, I believe. It was written 28 years before the article about my rescue. Let's read some of the article. It looks like they put it on its side. I don't know. Probably not actually. It's just I'm trying to look at it as you would read in English. I'll read some of the article. Basic construction of the world's first outer space colony beyond coast. Underway for several years after Rangin Point L5 was completed yesterday. The first wave of migration will be centered around scientists and engineers who will spend 14 months performing checks and gathering data. Immigration is scheduled to be open to the general public in 3 years' time. Beyond position is shown in the diagram on the left. Okay. Here they point out Beyond's location in space. It's in an orbit around the L5 Lagrangian point. It's the red dot. Okay. What's the green dot? This is a picture of Beyond Coast right after it was completed. The only thing they haven't finished was the agricultural ring. That model Ed gave me is supposed to be the colony. Back. And let's look at some of these other pictures he's got. Oh, okay. I already looked at that one. This is a picture from when I was in LAPD. Me and my partner Ed were always together. A replica of my badge from then is sitting on my desk. I was in narcotics at the time. I was reckless with a pretty short fuse. I would have had a Beretta with me here too. Me and Ed have been good friends since the academy. We were a well-known team in narcotics. That award is a product of our working together. Ed was in the bomb squad before he joined narcotics. There was a lot of terrorist activity back then. He looks a good deal younger here compared to the Policenauts photo. I guess that would be the third photo that would have triggered a conversation about who Ed is. This is a photo of me in the rain at Lucas World. Yeah, Lucas World. Oh god. I was a cop fresh out of the academy. Okay, that's all you gotta say. Lorraine was a student at UCLA. We met after her place got broken into. If he's in narcotics, why would... And we don't get to hear anything from the answering machine.
こんな早い時間に客が来るとは。どうぞ。鍵はかかっていない。
ジョナサン、久しぶり。
ロレイン。
そう、私よジョナサン、28年ぶりね。
今頃どうして？
私、おばさんになったでしょ。あなたは変わらないわ、あの頃のまま。
ロレイン、なぜ今になって俺のところに？
許してもらおうなんて思ってないわ。厚かましいのも分かってる。でも頼れる人がいないの。あなたしか。
何があったんだ？
助けてほしいの。私の夫が大変なことに。
分かった。さあ、入って。
いいえ、ここで結構よ。あなたにこんな姿見られたくはないもの。
じゃあ、ロレイン、いや、依頼人さん。とにかく話だけでも聞こうか。
Okay. Look. Jonathan, don't look at me like that. I'm 55 now. Okay, whatever. Talk. Yeah. Talk about old LA.
俺たちがいたあの頃から30年近く経っているが、何も変わっちゃいない。本当のロスは北に移転しちまったがな。ただ、たまに今日みたいに雪が降るんだ。異常気象らしい。
That's funny. As soon as you say that, you get some lightning.
ロスに雪が降るなんて。
Or well, what seemed like it was supposed to be lightning.
例の地下鉄もスラム化が進んだんで廃止になってる。
Okay. Talk about yourself. Alright, well, why don't I tell you about what's going on with me? I've been working as a private investigator the past few years, as you probably guessed. Finding work can be a bit of a struggle, but I'm managing. That's good to hear. Okay, ask about Beyond. Why don't we get to it then? What's Beyond like these days? Like you were saying, this place doesn't look like it's changed much. Beyond's different, a lot different. You wouldn't recognize it either. Everything settled down there is pretty much like an ordinary city now. You have any kids, Lorraine? I have a daughter. Her name's Karen. Okay. Ask about her daughter. Where does your daughter live? Karen is a news anchor on Beyond. A news anchor, huh? She's pretty famous there. And now her request.
君の夫がどうしたって？
夫の北条健三が3週間前会社に出かけたきり行方不明なの。会社や警察に問い合わせても誰も取り合ってくれないの。
それで地球へ？
嫌な予感がするの。何かあったに違いないわ。
蒸発とかじゃ？
蒸発なんて考えられない。この地球ならともかくコロニーで行方不明だなんてきっと何かの事件に。
脅迫みたいなものは？
いえ、何も。まるで神隠しにあったみたい。
金目当ての誘拐ではなさそうだ。
Okay, I wasn't expecting any more dialogue. This is as far as I went, just testing to make sure the game functions properly. Kenzo Hojo.
君が再婚した北条ってどんな人物なんだ？
北条は日系2世で、あの徳川グループの徳川製薬に勤める技術者よ。生真面目で勤勉で、とても悪いことなんかできない人。そうだ、写真持ってきたの。これが彼の写真よ。
なるほど。どう見ても悪人には見えないな。
Yeah, I see.
幸せそうじゃないか。
ええ、この写真預かってくださるわよね。
強引だな。
Oh, wow, that's quite a bit of dialogue. Okay, Hojo's behavior or her marriage too? No, let's go back. Show Hojo photos. This is Hojo. I actually don't have that many pictures of him. I'm sure they'll come in useful. Okay, I was trying to look at it to see what kind of stuff I could get out of just looking at it, but whatever. Talk about work now. On home. Really? I think it's supposed to be at home, but whatever. Kidnappings are becoming almost as frequent as rapes and robberies. Trafficking. People's more profitable than drugs or prostitution now. That's terrible. It's surprising to hear about a case like yours these days. So you help me? I need to hear more about the situation first. Alright, nothing else there. Let's talk about her marriage to Hojo. How did you guys meet? I moved to Beyond right after you went missing. After how much you hated it, I just wanted to be closer to you any way I could. I met Kenzo that I'm not gonna try to pronounce it because I know I would butcher it. Run by Tokugawa. It was a festival for Japanese people on Beyond. So why are you there? I have Japanese blood too, remember? Wow, okay, whatever. Okay, let's talk about Tokugawa. Conglomerate's reach doesn't stop at Beyond. They essentially run space, and Joseph Sadoki Tokugawa runs the group. He's just as well known on home as he is out there. Why is the place referred to as home? On home, that just... It sounds like it'd be the name for a station, but they're not on a station. They're in old LA, so they would be on Earth. If Hojo's a Tokugawa employee, I suppose we can't totally rule out he was kidnapped. Could get good money out of that, I'd imagine. No one on Beyond would even think of messing with Tokugawa. They're too afraid of the retaliation. It wouldn't be worth it. Well, how do you know? You say that, but you never really know. You notice anything unusual about your husband before he disappeared? All the years I knew